Hi. This is a photograph that a friend of mine put on Facebook. It's in Canada. It's Maplewood Flats, North Vancouver, British Columbia. And as you can see, it's got a nice blue background with probably trees on the top. I can't see anything clearer than that. And grassy, tree-covered slopes, green, some mud flats going across here. I don't know if it's a river, but it's got this interesting foreground with all these rocks here. I would imagine they've been dumped there as a protection against the coast there, and these little trees here, mud flats. So I'm going to have a go. This is my second attempt at this. I got a big blob of water right on the sky, and taking it off, I disturbed the cloud. So I got very angry, hurled everything across the room, and here I am starting again. I do not like wasting my time. Well, on lost causes anyway. So here we are. Right, okay, palette. If you want to get these palettes, you get them off eBay if you can't see them in local food stores. They're display food trays. They're 12 inches by about 10 inches. Quite inexpensive. I bought a packet. I got them off eBay. The colours are lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. They are from Winsor & Newton Cotsman watercolours. They're student qualities, 21 millilitre tubes, very good value. And the paper is Fabriano, £130 weight, good for wet in wet. So we'll give it a good wet to start with. I'm not doing any preliminary drawing on this. I'm straight in with it. Quite a high horizon. If you're not confident in going across, as I normally do, then there's nothing to stop you drawing a faint line with a ruler and a pencil. But if you use pencil on paper, don't gouge the surface. Just gently touch the pencil, like a 3B, 4B, on the surface, so that it doesn't damage the surface. Now, while that's wet, I'll go in with a bit of raw sienna. I normally keep these palettes now in Ziploc bags overnight with a spray of water to keep them company, but I forgot yesterday when I packed. So I did 3 yesterday. I'm only doing this one today. Right, okay, so we'll mix a bit of ultramarine and light red for some nice cloud. That's about as far as I'm going to come down with that. And we'll lighter bluey with the water here. So that's my water. Okay, so now we're going to reclip the paper. You don't need to stretch this paper if you're working wet in wet. It expands and you can just reclip it, just stretch it out. Reclip it and it goes almost perfectly flat. It's quite forgiving, but the rocky foreground. Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring you up. Sorry. Oh dear. Oh well, here we go. I have remembered. So I'll put in a bit of a darker cloud over the top there. You've seen this 700 times before in my videos. Then we can let's put a bit in here, just to reflect that cloud. No reflections on the actual water. Right now, so this is just the cloud shadow on the water. Give a bit of perspective to it. So now we're going to go blue background. This hake still losing lots of hairs. So we'll start up here. Let's go a bit higher. Put up here. A bit heavier than that. comes down, nice slope. We could put some nice lemon yellow in there on top of that, and then we come across here, get the hake together. If it splits, just tap it in a bit of water and it should come back together again. Not always. Put in some trees on top here sticking up. And I think that all goes in front of that. And very frustrating when you do something, you're well on the way to finishing it, and you get a blob on it. And then we come up again. Come up again. And we come right up here. Get the shape roughly there. It's going to do an impression of it. I can't do a slavish copy. Right, okay, so that comes down there and over there. Okay. Oh, let's go like that. There's a little bit of air on the edge. It's more rounded than I've got it. Right, now some nice lemon yellow and a touch of Payne's grey. Bit of sienna in there as well. So we'll start up here. Let's go down here. Put in some darker stuff in here. Right, that's my horizon. I can see that goes. Well, that's pretty even. That's a bit of dark along there. Show the bank. I don't think that's going uphill too much. I'm still furious with myself for being careless to go. I got a blob in that cloud and I shouldn't have touched it, but I did, and it just blotted out. And I don't like blotting my clouds out. Let's get that across there. Right, then we've got. I'll just put in a light, sort of greeny colour behind that, because that is going to be the trees. Right, now. Right now, then, just going up here a bit there. Right, we clip. It's easy to take both clips off and stretch in two directions. Okay, then start on those there. Right, okay. So I'll clean my brush and with a bit of grey, Payne's grey, and a bit of sienna, we'll start putting these flats in. This one doesn't go all the way across. About a bit further than that, about there. Then there's another one underneath. Burnt sienna is also a very good colour. They all dry darker than you, lighter than you put them on. And then we've got this other one coming all the way across. And I can add some detail to that as that sort of dries. I'm mixing a bit of ultramarine with some the burnt umber now, just to put the shadows in while that's wet, so that it bleeds up a little bit. Okay, then we've got some nice bits of dark, sort of mud, rocky seaweed, I don't know, across here. Oops, turn the screen back on, screensaver, and get this just in there, and there, get that darker in there. Right, okay. So now we've got a sweep around there. Right, okay. So sienna, or a light raw burnt umber. Oh, we could put that in all over here. It's like a path going round here. And on the top here we've got some you need plenty of cloth to dry your brush, take the excess moisture off of it. And just on this here, I've got some bits of grass and stuff sticking up there. Try not to make it too mechanical that I'm doing there. So these are just, I can do some of this with a rigger, but for general detailing. Okay, right, so we've got a nice lot of dark, I would imagine it's shadow, or I'm just putting it, if it says dark, I'm putting the dark in. So I'm just coming across here, and then we've got another bit coming across here. And then down here we've got some little trees, shrubby trees. And okay, probably not quite right, but we've got some stuff coming down here. Right, now while that's drying off, I'm going to put in these rocks. Now that's quite a formidable undertaking, so plenty of water. I'm putting raw sienna, burnt umber, Payne's grey. And I want that all in here. Go for it. So I've got to roughly, quickly etch out all those rocks. So I want that darker than that. Keep it wet. Right, card. So here we go. I think these are the sort of rocks that get dumped on the shorelines to protect the coast from erosion. I'm not sure about this. They don't look as if they're organic, because there aren't any rocks around this bit. They're all hibbledy-pibbledy. Some down here on the edge of that. Been on the bike ride today with the old man. It was a nice day, lovely day, but very cold wind, but it was sunny. We got out the wind, it was very pleasant. Still we'll adjust for it. So that's more or less something that is similar to what is there. It's overlapping rocks. That'll do, no more. So I want to put in some detail in this here. And I think we've got here. We've got lots of oops. Lots of these. I don't know why they're there. I've never been to Canada, but it looks such a lovely photograph. I thought it would be my next demo. It might even be a barrier. I don't know. Like a windbreak. It's all the way along there. Might even be the vineyard for all I know. And I'm going to go over that with the greens. All the way up there. Then we've got some, I don't know what we've got here, we've got some bits of planking on here. Might be a bit of jetsam. I'm guessing that. It's just that little bit of detail. It's just gone into the tried in a bit too much. There's a little bit on the top here, showing a bit wet. I would think. That's why it's slightly darker. Right, now further up we've got a lot of dark in here. A lot of these sort of trees. So clean my brush, and now with the dry bit of this cloth, break the hake. I'll just clean the palette a bit. I haven't used so much burnt umber for ages. I usually use Payne's Grey and the burnt sienna. The burnt sienna seems to be a bit soft. Now where's my brush? Oh, I've lost my flipping brush now. Oh, yes, on the lap. Right, okay, so I'm breaking the brush into all these different bits of leaf producers. So I've got some nice yellow, loads of it. Put a Payne's Grey in there. So now we're going to go with all this. Okay, and there's some up here. And got this here. And now we'll put in some darker greens. The shadow. There's a bit of brown in there, right? A bit of burnt sienna. Don't want this to look too mechanical. I can't see any more, but there's a few bits of green on there. So there, just put them in. I don't know if that's showing up really. Oh, come on. Alright, need it darker. Right. Now I've got to put some detail in some of this now. I'm going to do a bit more on that. Go away. Okay, so let's get that up there. And that just sort of shows there. Don't know what it is. Boy here. Or mark of some sort. They come up a bit more. I've got that a little bit wrong there. We've just got these. Okay. Right, back with the hake and back onto some detail on this slope here. Okay, quickly there. That really needs to be darker there, like more shadowy. It's like a greeny dark. I'm going to dry this in a moment. I'm going to lift out some of the buildings that are in there, if they'll show up. I don't think I'm making a very good job. The last one was better. I can't show it to you because I've screwed it up and tore it up in a rage. Right, where we go? Put a bit of detail. In some of these sort of more struggly than I've got them. They're all sort of they're like vines, but they're not. I don't know what they are. We've got here. Just connected these leaves up with some branches. And we've got some bit of stuff in here. Maybe those things, whatever they are, they're starting off a bit lower down. So let's put them lower down. They actually started off in the shadow. Oh, not too high. Seem to be casting a shadow. And I don't suppose they are, but right, give that a try. I think I might be better with a bit of gouache, so this one seems to put some, the gouache I've got is a hopeless case. It's gone very dry over the donkey's years that I've had it. I don't know, put it on a plastic card. Alright, okay, put the lid on. And I'll just use a rigger and put those bits in. Bit of water. Right, what do I have to put in? I think these are just bits of building. They're roughly there, I'm just putting them in because I can see them. Sure, yeah, right to it. I'll exaggerate them because they're not showing really. And the back. Right. Well, they do actually show. Let's clean my brush, get all that white off. And definitely clean my card. This probably looks better on the video than it does in reality. That's what I'm hoping. This is turning out to be a bit more difficult than I thought it would. Let's put in a bit of texture on, or a bit of something on there, just a bit of darker colour in there on the background. I don't know if they are pines, but I think they were. I'll bring that further down. I can't see the photo very well on this thing. Okay. Alright, some darker bits on the I think that more or less comes down to the coast, to the shore, wherever it is. There's some darker bits in here. Right, I'm going to let that go, maybe a little bit of dry brush on there. Dry brush just. Alright, that'll do. No more, can't do any more. For better or for worse. Put a signature on it anyway. Blades. Canadian Eagles. Well, I'll put it in a mount and see what it looks like. If it doesn't, if the horizon's not quite straight, just tip it in the mouth. Right, there are some triangular things here. I don't know what they are. The bits of the shore there, markers of some sort. I don't know. I've got that sweep a bit wrong there. Anyway, that is more or less. I'll show you what it should be. And the oops. Oh, come on. Here are the swear words. I'll give up. It's a rotten thing. So we've got an entirely different picture here. Right, let's turn it off. It looks a bit insipid on the camera. Maybe it's okay. Oh, when my mate Stephen sees it, he can give his opinion. So there we are. It is the Maplewood Flats, North Vancouver, British Columbia. Thanks for persevering with this one. I certainly did persevere. Bye for now.